Hey, this is Kelly, and I'm here at WonderCon 2016 to interview the cast for PlayStation Originals Ratchet and Clank feature film.
Hashtag show, that's a good name, I like that.
And you are James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Ratchet.
The voice of Ratchet.
So, I want to know, how did this all start? How did you get the voice of Ratchet?
Well, okay, so a lot of people may not know, people might know, the first game was not actually me.
Yes.
It was Mikey Kelly, who's a dear friend of mine, a great guy, and then they changed the game and they decided they wanted to change some things up, and they went in, they brought me in and showed me some stuff and had me go to the studios in Insomniac and spend a day with them and the character, and the rest is kind of history in that regard.
I know you've been doing Clank for quite a while in the video games. How is it different for you doing a movie version of him? I've heard that you and James hadn't actually met for like, what, 9 games in or something like that?
Yeah, it took a while for us to actually meet, because I remember going to a session one day and I went, who's that outside? And he goes, oh, that's Ratchet. I go, that's Ratchet? You know, it was nine years. And I met him at a function, before, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. So here we were in the same room for the first time recording the film, and that was awesome. Yeah, because it's a buddy thing, a relationship, and to be in the same room, it gives that extra spark when you're
you guys
recording.
have to get along with each other to make it work, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And the community, the VO community and the animation guys have such a good time. We're pretty goofy when we get together. So even if we don't see each other for 2 or 3 years, when we get back together, it's no time has passed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun.
Do you feel like you relate to Ratchet in any way?
Very much so. Yeah. I've been saying it's really cool to have a character, for one, that is my regular voice, as opposed to some of the other voices I do. I'm very blessed to work as a voice actor my whole life, and what I love doing and being all these great characters. I see our wonderful cameraman has a Star Wars shirt, so he might know Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I've spent a lot of time in this voice, but and I've spent a lot of time as Johnny Test or other characters, but I'm most comfortable in my voice, and that's Ratchet's voice, so it's pretty cool.
Oh my god, your hair's so cool. Oh, thank you so much. So cool. I'm Kaye with that hashtag show. I'm speaking with Bella Thorne, who's the voice of Cora. Now, you are pretty well known for all of your TV stuff, but you've done voice acting before. Is there anything different that goes into voice acting versus TV?
Well,
any advice you can give?
You can look ugly. That is one thing. I can go with no makeup, no hair, show up in some sweatpants, and I can just do my job and go home and go cook some, dinner. So it's pretty easy. And a thing that's really different is you have to be really good at exact timing, like you watching somebody else's mouth move. I don't know if you've ever done that game where they act like they're talking and you talk for them. It's a lot like that when you're in the studio, because I didn't. Usually sometimes on video games and stuff, they have all those things on you and you're doing the motion. That's not like that, so it's kind of a little bit more difficult.
For our fans out there who are interested in becoming voice actors, do you have any advice for them?
I sure do. There's many different things you can do. You can go to jamesarnoldtaylor.com and click on the videos and more. There's a link to all the various places, because you always want to know about that. Take care of that business. Okay, find all the links. Voiceovervoiceactor.com is a book. I Want to Be a Voiceactor.com by D. Bradley Baker, all that. But the biggest thing is love the craft of voice acting. Know that it is acting almost more than on-camera acting. Because if a little nerd like me can be Johnny Test, Fred Flintstone, Obi-Wan Kenobi, please, I'm a Jedi, then you can do it as well. So know that there's all these wonderful characters inside of you, but just love it, have a passion for it, study it, and the good will come back to you.
Now, for our fans out there who are voice actor or wanting to be voice actors, do you have any advice you could give them?
There's a ton of information out there now. I just did a conference in Atlanta I never knew existed when I started in the business. VO Atlanta is one of them. They have them all over the place now, and you can go and you can take workshops and be there the whole weekend. It's like a conference like any other. And you get to meet casting directors and people who do animation and teach animation. So that's a good place to start. There's all kinds of stuff out there on the web you can look for.
This movie, what does it mean for the future of Ratchet and Clank? Do you think we'll see many more movies coming out?
I hope so. I hope that everybody goes and sees it, checks it out. If you're not a fan of it or not familiar with it, or if you played the game once or twice, go see the movie, because it's a lot of fun. It introduces you to the characters, but if you know the characters, it relives all these wonderful moments. So it's pretty great.
I'm really excited for this movie. Make sure to catch it when it comes out on April 29th, and make sure to check back in with us at that hashtag show for our review.